She posted, "Finally realized I settled for less on our anniversary." I commented, "Same." Then I posted our joint account statement showing I paid for everything. Her friend started asking questions she couldn't answer. I, 30, male, am currently packing up 3 years of my life, while my now ex-girlfriend, Sienna, 28, blows up my phone with threats, apologies, and more threats. But let me start from the beginning. Last Tuesday was our 3-year anniversary. I'd taken the day off work, made breakfast in bed, had flowers delivered to her office, the usual stuff you do when you love someone. She seemed happy enough in the morning, even posted a pic of the flowers on her Instagram story. Then, around 2 p.m., while I'm at the grocery store buying ingredients for our anniversary dinner, my phone starts pinging. Friends texting me variations of, "Are you okay?" and "Did you see what Sienna posted?" I check Instagram. There it is. A post with one of those generic quote backgrounds. 3 years ago, I settled for less than I deserved, but we accept the love we think we deserve at the time. Finally realizing I'm worth so much more. Know you're worth leveling up, settling no more. On our anniversary, the comments were already flowing. Her friends hyping her up with "Yes, Queen," and "About time you realized," and "You deserve someone on your level." I sat in my car for a good 5 minutes. 3 years. 3 years of me supporting her through her entrepreneurship journey. She sold essential oils, paying for everything while she built her empire, and she posts this. So I commented, "Same," just that one word. Then I drove home calm as could be and started documenting. See, Sienna had this habit of portraying our life on social media very differently from reality. According to her posts, she was this boss babe entrepreneur with a supportive partner. She'd post pics of fancy dinners with captions like, "Blessed to be building empires together," and photos from trips tagged "power couple." What she never mentioned? I paid for those dinners. I paid for those trips. I paid our rent. I paid for her car insurance. I paid for groceries. I paid for her phone bill. I paid for literally everything. Her essential oil business lost money every single month. In 3 years, she made maybe $2,000 total. Spent at least $8,000 on inventory sitting in our spare bedroom. But I digress. Back to that Tuesday. I created my own Instagram post. Started with her anniversary message screenshot, followed by our bank statements showing my deposits versus hers. Blacked out sensitive info. Receipts from the trip she posted about. The lease showing only my income qualified us for the apartment. Her car insurance bills in my name. 3 years of Venmo transactions showing her paying me back for things. Spoiler, she never did. Caption: funny how settling for less looks like supporting someone 100% for 3 years. Here's to not settling anymore. Posted. Then I went to make a sandwich. The explosion was immediate. Her friends who'd been hyping her up suddenly went quiet. Then the comments started. "Wait, he paid for the Cabo trip? Sienna, is this true? Girl, you said your business was thriving. This is embarrassing." My phone rang. Sienna screaming, "Take it down now." Take what down? You know what? That's private information. So was our relationship, apparently, but you made it public first. I didn't mean it like that. It was just a quote. Just a quote on our anniversary about settling for less. You're twisting things. Take it down or I'm calling a lawyer. For what? Posting my own bank statements? Good luck with that. She hung up. Then the text started. Demands, threats, bribes. Ignored them all. By evening, her post was deleted, but the damage was done. Her carefully crafted image was cracking. Her friends were asking questions. Her mom called me asking what was going on. Ask your daughter why she thinks supporting her for 3 years is settling for less. That night, Sienna came home in tears. Not apology tears, angry tears. "You ruined everything. My friends think I'm a gold digger now." I didn't say you were a gold digger. I just showed receipts. They drew their own conclusions. You had no right. I had no right to defend myself when you publicly humiliated me. It wasn't about you? A post about settling for less on our anniversary wasn't about me? Who was it about then? She couldn't answer, just kept crying about her ruined reputation. That's when I made my decision. If 3 years of support was settling for less, then she could see what more looked like without me. I'm done, Sienna. We're over. You can't break up with me over a social media post. I'm not. I'm breaking up with you because you genuinely think I'm less than. The post just showed me what you really think. The entitlement kicked in immediately. Where am I supposed to live? How will I pay for things? That sounds like a you problem. I'm done settling for someone who doesn't appreciate me. She left that night to stay with a friend. Probably the same ones who were hyping up her post. Wonder how that conversation went. Update 1. Holy hell, the entitlement has reached new heights. So after Sienna left to stay with her friend Rochelle, I started the separation process. Changed the locks. Legal lease is only in my name. Canceled her cards on my accounts. Removed her from my Netflix, Spotify, everything. Started packing her things. Day 2, she shows up with Rochelle and some guy I don't recognize. Tries her I'm calm voice. Doesn't work. What the hell, Jeff? Let me in. Your stuff will be ready this weekend. I'll text you when to pick it up. I live here. No, you stayed here. I live here. My name's on the lease. My income's on the application. The guy steps forward. Hey man, don't be like this. Just let her get her things. And you are? Dimitri, I'm a friend. Rochelle can't help herself. He's the guy Sienna's been talking to, you know, someone on her level. Sienna shoots her a death glare. I almost laugh. So there's already another guy after 3 days. Cool. Dimitri can help you move then, this weekend, not now. They left after more arguing. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember those essential oils I mentioned? Well, Sienna decided to blast all over social media that I was stealing her inventory and sabotaging her business. She posted in all her MLM groups about her abusive ex trying to destroy her empire. Problem is, I had receipts for everything, including the credit card statements showing I bought most of that inventory when her cards got declined. So I commented on one of her posts in the Big Hun group. Happy to return the inventory. Just reimburse me the $3,847.23 I spent on it first. Receipts attached. The Huns turned on her quick. MLM folks don't play when it comes to money and reputation. They started asking how she was running a business without her own funds. Her upline got involved. Turns out she'd been telling everyone she was a 6-figure boss babe. But wait, it gets better. Dimitri, someone on her level, messaged me on Instagram. This dude really thought he was doing something. Bro to bro, you need to stop harassing Sienna. It's not a good look. She's with me now. Accept it and move on. I responded, congrats on the upgrade. Quick question. She mentioned she needs a place to live and has no money. Just checking, you know what level you're on. Good luck. He read it, didn't reply. Meanwhile, Sienna's family started reaching out. Her sister called me. Jeff, what's going on? Sienna says you kicked her out and stole her business. I ended a relationship where I was told I was less than. She's getting all her things back, including the inventory I paid for if she reimburses me. She said she paid for that herself. Want to see receipts? Long pause. Oh my God, has she been lying about money this whole time? Ask her about her thriving 6-figure business. Her sister hung up. An hour later, her mom called, then her dad. The story was unraveling. Best part? Sienna had been telling her family she was supporting me, that I was the struggling one and she was helping me out. Her dad was shocked to find out I'm a software developer, making good money while his daughter doesn't sell oils. Weekend comes. Sienna shows up with Dimitri in a U-Haul. I had everything packed and in the garage, including a printed, itemized list of everything I'd paid for over 3 years. Grand total, $74,389.41. What's this? She asked. Just documentation in case you want to tell more people about settling for less. Dimitri's face when he saw that number? Priceless. You could see him doing mental math. They loaded up the truck. Sienna tried one more manipulation. Jeff, we could work this out. I was just stressed about money and said something stupid. Stressed about money, the money I was providing? I'm building a business. It takes time. 3 years, Sienna, no profit. That's not a business. It's a hobby I funded. Dimitri looked uncomfortable. Babe, let's just go. Babe, I laughed. That was fat. Hey, Dimitri, hope you've got good credit. She's got expensive taste for someone with no income. They left? But the story doesn't end there. Oh no. See, when Sienna said I was less than, her friends agreed because they believed her lies about being successful. Now that the truth was out, those same friends started distancing themselves. The girl who was leveling up was actually homeless and broke. She lasted exactly 4 days with Dimitri before he kicked her out. Apparently, she expected him to immediately start paying for everything like I had. When he suggested she contribute to his rent, she lost it. Posted about how men today don't know how to treat a queen. Dimitri commented, queens build their own castles. You have essential oils and debt. Brutal but deserved. She's now staying with her parents who are making her get a real job. Her MLM empire collapsed when her upline dropped her for damaging the company image. Turns out accusing someone of theft in front of thousands of Huns when you're actually the one who owes money is bad for business. But the real kicker? She applied for an apartment and listed me as a reference. The audacity. They called me. Miss Romano put you down as a previous landlord. I'm not a landlord, I'm her ex who paid her rent for 3 years. I see. And would you recommend her as a tenant? She contributed $0 to rent in 3 years and publicly called me less than for supporting her. You tell me. They thanked me for my honesty. She texted me from her mom's phone. You're ruining my life. I can't get an apartment because of you. You ruined your own life when you forgot who was actually paying for it. Her mom took the phone back and apologized. Said she's making Sienna get a job at her cousin's restaurant. Actual work for actual money. What a concept. Meanwhile, I'm living my best life. Saving an extra $2,000 a month, not supporting a boss babe, thinking about taking a real vacation. One where I don't have to pretend my girlfriend paid for anything. Settling for less? Not anymore. Update 2. The entitlement train has gone completely off the rails. So Sienna got that job at her cousin's restaurant. Lasted exactly 1 week. 1 week. Why? Because she was above food service and kept telling customers she was an entrepreneur just doing this temporarily. Her cousin fired her when she tried to recruit customers into her new MLM. Yeah, she found another one. But that's just the appetizer to this mess. Remember how I posted those receipts? Well, it turns out Sienna had been claiming on her taxes that she was making significant income from her business, like told the IRS she made $45,000 last year. In reality, maybe $500? How do I know this? Because her brilliant accountant, also known as her friend who totally knows taxes, called me asking for proof of the money I gave Sienna for business expenses to help with an audit situation. I laughed. I didn't give her money for business expenses. I paid her living expenses while she played businesswoman. But she said you were an investor in her company. I was an involuntary investor in her lifestyle. There's a difference. The accountant panicked and hung up. Later, I found out through the grapevine that Sienna owes about $8,000 in back taxes. Turns out you can't claim income you didn't make and then not pay taxes on it. But the real entertainment started when she decided to go nuclear on social media. She created a whole TikTok series called Surviving Financial Abuse. I kid you not. This woman who lived free for 3 years was claiming I financially abused her. Her evidence? I controlled the money because I earned it. I isolated her from financial independence by paying for everything. I sabotaged her business by funding it. The first video got some traction. Poor woman escaping controlling ex? You know the narrative. But then someone recognized her from the Instagram receipts incident. They posted my original receipt post in her comments. The backlash was swift. People started digging. Found her old posts bragging about trips I paid for. Found her boss babe posts while she was making zero money. The TikTok algorithm is unforgiving when you're exposed as a fraud. She doubled down. Made a response video saying the receipts were taken out of context and that financial abuse isn't always visible. Tagged a bunch of women's support organizations. One of them actually responded publicly. Financial abuse is real and serious. Using it as a cover story for your entitled behavior diminishes real victims. Please stop. Ouch. But she didn't stop. She escalated, started a GoFundMe. Help me rebuild after financial abuse. Goal, $20,000. The description was a masterpiece of delusion. Claimed I kicked her out with nothing. She took everything, including stuff that wasn't hers. Stole her business that I paid for. Ruined her reputation. She did that herself. Left her unable to work. She won't work. I reported it with documentation. GoFundMe shut it down in 12 hours. She then tried selling a course on recognizing financial abuse red flags. Price, $497. The landing page had testimonials from accounts created the same day, not even trying to hide the scam. Her sister reached out to me again. Jeff, I'm so sorry. We had no idea she was this delusional. She's telling everyone you hacked her accounts and planted those receipts. How does someone plant 3 years of bank statements? That's what I asked. She said you're in IT, so you know how to do that stuff. I'm a software developer, not a time-traveling document forger. But here's where it gets really good. Dimitri, the upgrade guy, started dating someone new. Posted a picture with her at a restaurant. Sienna lost her mind. Commented on the photo, "Enjoy my leftovers." His new girlfriend responded, "Leftovers?" You mean the man who realized you were a gold digger in 4 days and kicked you out? Thanks. He's great. Dimitri added, at Sienna, you still owe me $200 for that weekend you said you'd pay me back. Venmo link in bio. Public humiliation achieved. Sienna tried one last Hail Mary. She contacted my company's HR, saying I was harassing her online and creating a hostile environment for her business. HR called me in very confused. An external person is claiming you're creating a hostile work environment for their home business. I explained the situation. Showed them her posts about me, the receipts, everything. HR's response. So she's harassing you through your employer because you exposed her lies? We'll be sending her a cease and desist. My company's legal team doesn't play. She got a very official letter telling her that any further contact with my employer would result in legal action. The letter also pointed out that her false claims could be considered defamation. Suddenly, all her posts about me disappeared. But my favorite part? She applied for a business loan to restart her empire. Used me as a business reference because, in her words on the application, I was her primary investor and business advisor for 3 years. The bank called me for verification. Did you invest in Miss Romano's business? I involuntarily funded her lifestyle while she pretended to have a business. So that's a no? That's a hard no. And the $45,000 she claims you invested? Check her personal expenses. That's probably what I spent on rent and food while she sold nothing. They thanked me and hung up. Loan denied. She's now working at a call center, the only job her parents would co-sign for her to get. Still living with them? Still posting motivational quotes about rising from the ashes and phoenix energy. Meanwhile, I just got promoted. Funny how much better you perform at work when you're not stressed about supporting an ungrateful partner. I took myself on that vacation, first class, nice hotel, the works. Posted one photo with the caption, no longer settling. She viewed my story within minutes. Then posted her own quote about toxic exes who flaunt wealth. Wealth I earned while she called me less than. The lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep, especially broke sheep who think they're wolves. Final update. This is the last update because the saga has reached its ridiculous conclusion. Last month I get a LinkedIn notification. Sienna viewed my profile. Strange, since she blocked me everywhere else. Then I see she's updated her job title, CEO at Phoenix Rising Enterprises. Curiosity got me. I looked up the company. It's another MLM. But this time she's selling financial freedom courses for women escaping toxic relationships. The audacity is astronomical. Her course outline, yes, she posted it publicly. Module 1, Recognizing Financial Control. Module 2, Building Your Empire from Ashes. Module 3, Leaving Toxic Support Behind. Module 4, Attracting Abundance. Price, $1,997. Payment plans available. I screenshot it and sent it to my lawyer friend. Is this defamation? His response, potentially, but honestly, let her dig her own grave. He was right. Within a week, someone who bought the course posted a review in an entrepreneur Facebook group. Scam alert. Bought Sienna Romano's course. It's 4 PDFs of copy-pasted content from free blogs and a workbook that's just journal prompts. When I asked for a refund, she said all sales were final and blocked me. Avoid. The comments flooded in with similar experiences. Turns out she'd sold the course to about 20 people. That's $40,000 if everyone paid full price. But here's the thing. She'd offered massive scholarships to most buyers, bringing the real total to maybe $8,000. Still fraud, though. Several buyers filed complaints with the BBB and their credit card companies. Chargebacks started hitting. Her merchant account got frozen, but the real karma came from an unexpected source. The IRS. Remember that tax situation? Well, adding $8,000 of undeclared income to an existing audit is not smart, especially when you're selling courses on financial freedom while owing back taxes. Her dad called me. We developed an odd rapport through this mess. Jeff, I'm calling to apologize and ask a favor. Sienna is in real trouble with the IRS. She mentioned you have documentation of the money you spent supporting her. Would you be willing to provide that to help show she had no real income? So now the money I spent is relevant. I know, the irony isn't lost on me. We're trying to help her avoid jail time. Jail time for tax fraud. I agreed to provide the documentation, but only directly to the IRS if subpoenaed. I'm not getting involved in her mess voluntarily. But here's the beautiful ending to all this. Last week, Sienna posted on the only platform she hasn't been banned from, Pinterest, of all places. Sometimes you have to lose everything to find yourself, starting fresh, living authentic, no longer dimming my light for anyone. New beginnings, authentic life. Along with a photo of a vision board. On that board, pictures of luxury cars, mansions, designer bags. And in the center, a photo of a couple that looks suspiciously like us from behind, labeled Manifest True Love. Her cousin, the restaurant owner, saw it and texted me. Is she really trying to manifest you back after everything? I didn't respond, but he sent another message. She asked me for her job back, said she'd been humbled and was ready to start from the bottom. I said no. The bottom was 3 months ago. She's now underground. The last I heard, she's doing freelance social media management for $10 an hour, living with her parents indefinitely, paying off IRS debt in installments, banned from multiple payment processors, still posting motivational quotes about leveling up. Her most recent post? The best revenge is massive success. The comments were brutal. Start with minor success first. Maybe try mild stability. Girl, the IRS is your biggest hater right now. As for me, life's great. Promoted again. Turns out I'm good at my job when I'm not funding someone else's delusions. Dating someone new? A financial analyst who finds this whole story hilarious and pays for her own dinner. The apartment feels bigger without Sienna's inventory cluttering the spare room. My bank account is healthier. My stress levels are non-existent. Looking back, her anniversary post was a gift. Without it, I might have spent more years funding her fantasy life while being told I wasn't enough. She was right about one thing. She did settle for less. Less integrity, less honesty, less work ethic, less accountability, and eventually less of everything when it all caught up to her. Me? I'm no longer settling at all. For anyone who thinks I'm less than, there's the door. I'll even hold it open for you. Thanks for following this wild ride. Time to close this chapter and move on. Living well isn't revenge. It's just what happens when you stop carrying dead weight. Peace out.